Welcome to Catch Tech Media. Today we want to talk about AI, and I know we have talked about AI as one of those things that even people fear it's going to take people's jobs, which to some extent has happened. But the question is, what is intelligence in this case? Is AI able to be to the level of human beings or to that far end? But from what I've seen, based on a number of things, a number of promises that big AI companies made promises, I think it's sort of a pipe dream. I think AI will remain stupid.
By stupid, you mean?
Garbage in, garbage out. And there's nothing else.
Basically,
intelligence is just being abused in this case.
I think definition of intelligence is problematic even for the philosophers who attempt to define intelligence, even at a human level. If I say you're stupid and I'm intelligent, what exactly do I mean?
Have you been online yourself?
No, okay, I'm trying to define intelligence. I'm saying intelligence, even at a human level, is hard to define.
Yeah.
Because if I call you stupid and I say I'm intelligent, what is it that I mean? Is it that I can solve problems faster than you?
I don't know.
Are there specific domains that I'm better at that you...
Okay, probably, yes.
Right? Because if somebody is good in maths and somebody else is good in, let's say, Luo language, right? Which I am not. I'm a Luo, but I'm not very good in Luo language. Is probably somebody back home who is really proficient in Luo.
Yeah.
Less intelligent than me, who probably is better than
but
him.
But how do you
maths.
tell it's less intelligent? Because that's what you are studying.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to ask. So just saying that something is stupid is kind of weird. When you are saying AI is stupid, what is the basis?
Yes, that's the point now.
What is the basis?
The point here is this thing, you can train it, but it's so basic in my view. I mean,
I can see,
like whatever data you put there, that's the end of intelligence.
I can see a situation whereby there are people, I'm going to use people here, for example, there are people you can train on specifics, right? And they are able to pick up elements of that specifics from those specific trainings and figure out other things that you are not trained on, all right? Like you've been trained on how to do accounting, right?
Yeah.
And then you can say, I can apply this in some business. Yes. So you are not trained on how to run that business.
But you can apply that.
Yeah, you can probably apply it to that particular business. But there are people who cannot transfer
that.
A case example, I was teaching my son how to figure out angles, shapes in angles, polygons. So there are triangles, there are four-sided, whatever you have. So I teach you using a triangle, and then I give you an exercise using a six-sided shape. And he was able to map, you can map from this to this, but there are people who can't. There are people who, for every single example, you have to give them, this is how we do this example, this is how we do this other one.
The question of AI intelligence,
so is it,
where are you going to compare it? Your son who can map or people who can't map? Right
now, I've used AI since launch, and I use AI as a data analyst, right? Yeah. And there are things sometimes I tell myself that this particular problem, there's no way AI knows this.
Yes. Because
it is so...
complicated.
Not really complicated, but it is so intuitively new. Okay. This one probably for viewers, they will understand if they use AI in their domain. Even if you're a writer or somebody who cooks, you might come up with a recipe. Let's say you are a cook, and you feel this recipe is out of the box new, right? Yes, it is based on cooking food, but for somebody else to understand, they need to have this human experience of coming with new ingredients and making some new product. So I give AI some questions that I feel are totally new, and then even my framing of the question when I'm reading it doesn't feel right. And then AI gives me a step-by-step of how to do what I want to do, as if it has known this thing all along.
Yes, but and the question
that one is mapping. It is mapping my problem that I'm having from the training that it has. right?
Okay.
So in that basis, that's probably...
But do you think that thing is new to AI, or AI already come across it? It's new to you?
I will say, because, no, this is probably best. I've probably done some Googling when I'm having this problem.
Yeah.
I have tried to look for solutions.
It's nowhere you are
then
seeing
I'm
it.
not seeing it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'm just probably, I've not read the physical books, yes. Nowadays, we hardly go to the books. But still, I feel that's if I ask an expert who has experience, who has learned from experience, they will be able to figure it out, okay? From the experience, and not because they read something to do with that exact problem, but they can say, okay, my experience, this particular problem can map to this thing, and I can derive a solution, and AI is doing the same thing. So I think there's a way AI can generalize to unknowns when it has very good basics, all right?
To do that.
But if AI is trained, for example, in data analysis, and then you want to give it a medical problem, that one is a different issue. That's just trying to tell me, I don't have any medical knowledge personally, and you bring a diagnosis to me, and you're asking me, what is this patient suffering from? And as a human being, I have no idea. It's the same.
So let's go back to like the way human beings are trained. So you go to school, you get trained up to a certain level. Maybe you go to university, or maybe you just leave Form 4 and that is the end. Or just a college, or maybe you end up to be a professor or something like that. A lot of things you are trained in school, yes, you still apply them or use them. But in reality, most of the things you know are things you have learned based on your environment, based on this stuff. The question is, if an AI is trained based on the data available at the time, and then there are these new things that have come up, new invention, new things, do you think that AI will be able to adapt that fast? Or if you go to a new environment, you go to a new country?
So the vehicle is driving, they meet an obstacle or a situation that nobody had planned for, right? And then probably the human driver picks up to navigate the scenario. Now, at this particular point, we find that both the AI vehicle and the human are seeing this thing for the first time.
Yes. Now that's where the intelligence comes in.
And now the human is able to navigate this situation.
Yes.
But the AI had to be assisted by the human, all right? Now, that one is probably what you are wondering. Is AI...
That's the intelligence, actually.
At this particular stage, I will say AI is not smart enough to navigate
so
that
stupid.
No, it is smart, but but it's not smart enough, all right? It is not yet smart enough to navigate such a new scenario, right?
Because you see, when these people, let's say Tesla in the US, do you know if they bring that thing in Nairobi,
they will meet very many
will crash.
They'll meet very new.
Yes, they will go, because you will find vehicles overturning in the road. You find a border guy just from nowhere on this side, another one this side. Wengine is hooting to you, and wewe unangojea light.
Yeah.
So you need to know that they have seen some yellow imetokea, so nobody is waiting for green. Yeah. So that's what I'm telling you. That
I'll agree right now that AI systems, whether they are large,
stupid.
Not very stupid. They are not smart enough.
So they are not intelligent.
I don't know why we are. You see, I don't think it's like a 1 and a 0.
It is.
I think it is a scale.
Okay.
So
they are which?
It could be 0 to 100.
Let's say between 1 and 10.
0 to 0.
Let's say 0 1 to 10.
Even 1 to 10.
Of 1 to 10.
Okay, let's say 0 to 10, where 0 you are stupid. I think I'll give them like a 7. I'll give AI a 7. Where the 3 remaining ones is what's very important, is what helps you to navigate extremely strange scenario. A scenario you've never experienced. It is not in your training. You went to school to do carpentry, but you've been given by a new client a specific design you've never imagined. Okay? There's no geometry you are going to apply here that you've been taught. So a human being will figure out, okay, this is what I need. They won't even ask themselves. They will just say, this is what the client wants. And intuitively, based on the experience, they will come up with a way to do the design. Okay, but AI is not able to do that. Right now.
So that's my big problem.
So the question I have now is, and this is now where the debate probably lies: will it come as time where AI can meet new environments and say, "Oh, I have no idea how this is done, but I'm gonna figure it out."
So let me ask you, what's the difference between AI and a basic calculator? A basic old 1960 technology. Because when you look at a computer now, your phone, it's garbage in, garbage out. You know that. Whatever you give it as the data, it processes it gets you. If you give it wrong data, you see, like now in Kenya, they were saying that we can have this system that we can fight corruption with. But people who are corrupt knows that computer is garbage in, garbage out. So you give it the system according to them, it gets you that. So there's no way that thing is going to fight corruption if it's garbage in.
Let me ask.
My question was, what's the difference? Because to me, it sounds that if I give it the data on how to drive, which is the same as if I program a simple thing here in a computer, garbage in, garbage out. There's no difference.
Not. For LLMs, there's a difference.
Yes.
Have you given any LLM, let's say, an article you've written as a human being?
Yes.
An article probably, before AI, I could write an article down and then revise it like 3 times, right? So this is the draft I've written. Then before I post, I say I'll take some time off, 1 hour. I'll read through, and then I will spot areas that are mistakes.
Yeah.
And without AI, I will make improvements. Then I give myself another 1 hour, and then I do a final read. And then I say, all right, now whatever mistakes that are there are acceptable because this is the 3rd read. I've identified more mistakes. I've rectified. Whatever is remaining is acceptable because humans do make mistakes, right? That's before AI. Nowadays with AI, I can, for example, write an article, but instead of doing my proofreading and stuff, I give that garbage to AI, and the AI will give me an output that is almost what I want.
But right? have you also do?
So is that not like garbage in and
and refined
version out?
Now, but look at it this way: have you written an article? Because in my case, I've written an article. I want it to ascend a certain direction. Then I give it to AI. It comes back with so much generalized thing. I'm like, no, that's not what I want.
But that one is still the same way as me being a secretary. You have your idea already written. Let's say you want a 10-paragraph article.
Yes.
And you've written like a very nice 3 paragraphs. And you're saying based on these 3 paragraphs, make these 3 paragraphs share my idea, what you want to write. All right. And this is something you've done to me, right? You've given me ideas and you've told me, give me an article. And then I write an article. And I remember the last time you did this to me, I sent you an article and you say, no, this is not what I want. So it's the same. Yeah. So you'll find that the way human beings come with let's say, a work of the mind, a work of thought, a brain product is not so different from what AI do. Whatever AI you are using, it's not so different. Okay?
Yeah. So when I look at it this way, like, how much instruction would you give a secretary compared to the instruction you have to give to AI to refine your idea? Because now that's where the problem. And most of the time, for example, in a work environment, the first time when somebody's new, get oriented in the environment, I say, in the next point, I expect this person to take initiatives and do things without being prompted. AI, there's that prompt that you have to be specific. Because do you know what people now say? That the best way to use AI is to learn how to give prompt.
Yeah.
Now, that is to me problematic if we are talking about something which is intelligent.
I think we are yet to have this AI. For example, these Chinese who are making robots to replace, like your house help or something. I think they have a different interaction with some LLM residing in a server somewhere.
Yeah.
This one, the robot in your house, is probably able to learn. They will be able to remember that this guy told me to wash my dishes this way, all right? Or to take care of the kid this way, okay? That particular learning requires what I call some kind of mobility.
Yeah.
It is not constrained in some physical servers, so that it can learn the way human beings learn. And I think that, to me, is why AI cannot be called stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's leave, because you and me, we play chess. One of the things that happened that people is that AI make basic mistake when playing chess. They make wrong moves, illegal moves. Actually.
You are talking about the LMs, not
yes, LM.
Not because Stockfish is AI, and Stockfish as a chess engine will never make any chess mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's a different thing. So for LMs, yes, they do come up with this weird.
Come up with weird moves.
Yeah.
Which basically is. So you are saying that there is already level that they can be trained not to make mistakes.
Yeah, if you specialized, if you dedicated your resources to train ChatGPT to play chess, all right, and you said, okay, I'm gonna dedicate this thing. It's gonna clear aside, just like you probably, whatever expertise you have been a tech guy for years. So whatever expertise you've accumulated makes you a good tech expert in some level. And then you are saying, okay, from now for the next 5 years, I'm going to train you to be the best carpenter. Okay?
Yeah.
So you are going to specialize in carpentry. You are going to lay aside those other skills you've gained. Yes, you'll be a good carpenter, but you will have to forget some of those things you're good at. So if you are going to set aside ChatGPT to focus on chess, in 2-3 years, nothing else will beat it in chess. Okay? So that one is it's just like personally, like I mentioned, I'm not a doctor, all right? I know very little about medicine, very, very little. But if you train me for the next 10 years to be a doctor, I will be, all right?
10 years.
Yeah, I will be. I will understand my craft.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we want to always sometimes forget. You want a single AI system to be everything as
because
good.
That's the intelligence. Like human
even a human being can't be.
Listen, yes, you are not a doctor. So that's a specialized domain.
Yeah.
But there are many things outside doctor or engineer that you can cook, you can dress nicely, fashion, you can farm.
I can be a general human being.
You are a general human being.
Yes. But AI is actually general. So you want AI to be both general and specific. Okay, we could probably ask ourselves, an LLM like ChatGPT, what is it good at? What is its best talent?
Yeah. So what is its best talent? That's a good question, by the
way. Right now, I will just say
there's nothing.
I will just say it's good at writing.
Even writing, it's not good at writing.
Generally, it's good.
I mean, look at what it does. It's summarize. It's go online and take this big word. You know how PLO Lumumba talks?
The fact that he can do that and it's good at it.
It's good at it. You think it's good at it?
That's beautiful.
I still feel it's not good at it. So let's just talk about one more thing here. There was this discussion in Kenya that AI was trained in Kenya, and then that Kenyan English sort of were being rejected as AI. And I saw a number of people were saying that was a stupid kind of assertion. There are people who are saying that it's true. That so how much AI do you think was trained in Kenya, and how much? I saw that thing, but I've never done a research around it.
I don't know how much these AIs have copied each other. Okay. Personally, I use AI to even write articles. But one thing I don't want to do is to post an article online on our website, and then it is marked by Google as AI. So I always try as much possible to humanize.
So what
the AI, whatever. I just read through and probably say, this part I could have written like this. This other part I could have written like this. So I do rewrite. Now, what I've noticed, there are some times, because I've also known my pattern of writing, and I've given AI a customized prompt. But it knows that for the articles I produced for Depot, I'm going to write it in this format, okay? Now, sometimes I can run for the first time and it says 20% AI, okay? And then I rewrite the parts that I feel that have been marked as AI with my own
words.
And then when I run back to the detector, it's now 75% AI.
Okay, so you can't even have it.
No, it's now 75 AI written instead of 100%.
It goes back to 75 AI written.
And
this is the part where you have written yourself.
Myself.
Yeah.
I can write a paragraph myself or 2 paragraphs myself, and it's 100% AI written. Now, one thing I've also noticed with, I think I'm a Kenyan, so maybe my English is so Kenyan, and that's why it is sounding like AI, if that assertion is true. But the point also I was going to go to is sometimes my thought is lost.
Okay, so this question came in that most of this.
It is back. Sometimes you write the same thing using different AIs. You use Gemini, you use ChatGPT, you use Cloud, you use Grok, and then all of them have the same wording structures. They are writing like the same person.
Exactly, that's true.
If you read, you won't know whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok. They just sound the same. Actually. So I was wondering, I was asking, were they like trained on the same writing style? Because humans write differently. I will read your writing, I'll know this is Kachwanya.
Yeah.
I'll read somebody else's writing, I'll know this is somebody has written like Bikozulu.
Yeah.
We know his writing. We won't write like him. But these AIs are sounding the same. I'm like, were they trained to write the same, and how? How come they're writing the same? So that's probably a question.
Yeah, so that's a big thing, because when you look at this thing, you can use all of them. I use Grok, I sometimes go and use Gemini, I use ChatGPT, I even Copilot. And it's so much the same style. And I'm once wondering, if these things were trained differently by different people, using different methods, then it should sound different.
Yeah, they should be different.
So Grok should not sound like Gemini. But that's not there. So this is another problem I have with the whole LLM thing, because it's like they went and used the same specific training, and essentially this is one thing that I've talked about in before, that for Africa we need to build our own.
That should be an
I know it's a discussion for another day.
Another topic.
Yeah.
Just to wind up this session, and then we pick. Actually, that's something that I wanted to bring up. We need to discuss how, not if is at the word if, that's yes. Do we need our system? Yes. But how? How will we have our own AI systems?
How do we have our own AI system? We said we are Silicon Savannah for many years. Yeah, Kenya, for example. But in reality, the only thing that we can say we have done well is M-Pesa. We are not able to host our data here. We are not. So how means a lot of investment. I saw the AI strategy that was launched by Kenya a few years ago. And I think they said that there's amount of investment that need to go on, especially to build data centers and all this stuff. For that to be done, the government has to put in enough money, which I don't see happening now, regardless of the fact that they launch the AI strategy and all that stuff. It's not happening. And I don't think it's going to happen soon. So when you don't have that, you see, even look at Kenya. The initial companies that were built in Kenya were owned by the government.
That's so that you are taking on the time.
Yes.
That to me is the solution.
Yes.
We don't have Googles, we don't have Microsofts.
Yes. So it has to be government-led.
Yeah, the government needs to set aside funds, and they have to build institutions, whether they are setting departments in Safaricom and stuff, and they are saying, you guys are going to build AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We will discuss more on this AI. As you can see, there are lots to discuss. I think the consensus here is I should not call it stupid, but again, probably we need to rank it and say it's small stupid.